The culture of medicine is to white knuckle it, work longer hours, sacrifice yourself.
I don't think anybody can prepare you for the amount of stress.
The pressure is there, and we see it in all of the numbers in healthcare.
It's kind of like drinking water through a fire hose.
When that doesn't work anymore, there's very little resources to know what to do.
I don't even know that I realized how stressed out I was. I thought I was gonna have a heart attack. Sometimes you'd have to work smarter, not harder, but that's not something that doctors do very well.
Yeah, healthcare is really tough right now. It's hard to be a physician and it's hard to be a leader. And if you're not performing at a level where you want to be performing, and if you're burned out, facing the same problem or having the same discussion over and over and over, and you're not moving the ball forward, it's just frustrating and it's a little demoralizing.
Medical school and residency does a really good job at helping you with the science of medicine, but it really does struggle with more of the art of medicine. What I found is I was in a non-stop cycle of stress, and then it would take me a few days to recover from it, and then by the time I recover, something else would come up. And it was becoming such a cycle that I honestly thought that I'm not cut out for administration.
Didn't feel a lot of joy in what I was doing. It just hit me all of a sudden. What are we doing in healthcare? And are we actually fixing things? And feeling like the only options for me at that time were to leave medicine. It felt like I was in a broken system, and even worse, I was a part of that broken system. That was pretty soul-crushing.
I've been lucky enough that Janelle's been a coach of mine on and off for 7 years now, and the relationship that I've been able to develop over these years is very powerful. There have been times where Janelle can hear in our discussions that I'm at risk of burnout, and we're able to talk about it. At the end of every Footlamp session, I feel balanced, I feel more informed, and I feel like I have a path moving forward.
I think we all go through these phases where we have imposter syndrome, so to speak. Coaching really opened up my mind to, wow, there's other ways I can do this, and really innovative ways that helped me address this for my needs. It was kind of a mind-blowing moment when I used the techniques, and to watch it unfold and actually work was a really cool thing.
In my early career as a practicing pediatrician, I didn't have a coach. I had mentors, and some of them had some coaching skills looking back, but nothing structured. And so I will say, having been through coaching, if I had had some of that when I was early in my career, it would have made it just easier.
I remember Janelle saying, here's a new pattern that you can try. And when next time you get to a stressful situation, and you will have plenty of opportunities to practice, and sure enough, within the next hours, there's new chances to practice new skills. And so you start out slow, but as you learn new ways of coping with stress, I got more and more confident with my ability to handle stress and therefore take on additional challenges.
Used to dread when the chiefs of other departments would come up to me and ask me for help solving a situation they were dealing with. And I just wanted to kind of run away from that situation. And through coaching, I learned to first recognize that situation, kind of take a deep breath, a step back, and realize too, most importantly, it wasn't my job to solve their problem. It was to work with them to help them solve the problem. It was amazing to see that work, for it to click. Just getting back to finding joy in that work that I was doing and celebrating smaller wins to just help keep me reinvigorated in my career.
As you're in different roles, you have to pull on different skill sets and leverage different skill sets. So I've had to really move into that driver space, and that didn't naturally come to me as, it maybe as much as it might have for some people. So it's something I've had to be intentional about, and the coaching really helped me to do that with intentionality and to have a plan. And then things get much easier, actually, because you're performing, you're delivering on what you're accountable for. So you see those sort of positive reinforcements come back into place. Janelle really helped me, and this is what coaching is all about, is really to change my habits so then it doesn't even have to be a conscious thing anymore. It's just happening unconscious throughout the day, every day.
I think everyone should do coaching, just to realize how your brain works and the way it gets hijacked by stress.
Coaching helps you anticipate and gives you tools for managing times when they get tough.
What I learned was more than just a skill I could apply to being a doctor or being a physician leader. For me, it applied everywhere.
It's a way to sort of intentionally carve out some time for yourself, which I think at the beginning for me felt a little indulgent. And then you start to think, this is actually improving my performance in so many other places. It's actually not indulgent at all.
Having some of these skills that you may have been deficient in before really helps collegiality, efficiency, effectiveness, and communication with patients, which at the end of the day, we're all striving to be the best we can be.
There's so much stacked against us, so much stacked against our patients, so much stacked against the system that we are trying to work in, and coaching can help give leaders like me more confidence in my abilities to deliver change, but also it's made it a much more sustainable approach. It's almost like lifting our heads up a little bit and looking at the environment around us instead of just being in the weeds. As I sit back and think now about my coaching journey and the relationship that I've had with Footlamp, it's made such a big difference. I'm at the point of my career now that I couldn't imagine not having a coach. And so I think back to those early days where, I had skepticism, I had concerns, I had bandwidth considerations. I don't have any of those anymore. There are gonna be folks watching this video that are considering, should I be coached, should I not? And I would just say, lean into this process. This is a valuable tool.
I'm tired of hearing people tell me that they wish they would have met me 20 years ago. They wish that all of their peers on the other side of the country had access to what their company was paying for them to get with Footlamp Consulting. We want to make this available to as many physicians as possible because we know you need it and we know you benefit from it. So now we are offering an 8-week program that is actually going to get you access to this neuroscience research, as well as help you understand the effects on your prefrontal cortex, where all your genius lives. And then we're going to tell you how to actually make the behavior changes you want to make in order to make things better. So what you want to do now is not delay. Don't wait any longer. Sign up for our 8-week Amygdala management course for physicians so that you can start to benefit from the relief that all of your peers are talking about.